So our next lesson, we're going to be talking about the pan tool, the rotate tool, the zoom tool, zoom extents tool. This will be a quick video because there's not much to it, but basically what we can do with the pan tool is this little hand right up here. And pan tool is also the keyboard shortcut for pan tool is H. So let's say we're on something different. We hit H, we can go ahead and pan. So if you left click, you can actually move your drawing around. Using that pan tool. Rotate tool, the keyboard shortcut for that is Q. So rotate will allow me to bring up that protractor again. We selected our area that we want to rotate and left click once, left click again, and then rotate our, group or whatever we want to rotate wherever we want to do it. So it's 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and then we're back to start. So to do that though, yes, you do need to have whatever you want to rotate selected. So if we hit spacebar, we want to, rotate that tree, we type in the shortcut Q, and you can be anywhere too. It doesn't have to be on this, object. You can be anywhere in the model. Left click once, left click again, and then just go ahead and rotate your object. To do it inside the model itself, you can see, because this has so many different faces, if we use that rotate tool in here somewhere, it's just going to skew this. So we hit left click once, left click again, makes that tree kind of all crazy. So you can kind of see how that is not what we really want. So I'm going to backspace and undo that. Zoom tool is, let's see here, it's just your scroll, right? Back and forth, left and right, or back and forth on your middle scroll bar on your mouse. Let's see here. I think that, yeah, so zoom is also this magnifying glass, so you can just left click in and out. Zoom extents, let's say you're in a model and you get really far into it, or you get caught in a tree. That can really suck too. So you're just in it and you're like, oh my God, I can't get out of this thing. You're just constantly just trying to zoom in and out. Use that zoom extents right up here, and that should bring you outside of the model. This is some other work that I'm working on here. Yeah, but we'll get back to this little area. So yeah, that's zoom extents. And what zoom extents essentially does is it brings you back to the entire, deal, so you can see everything. So if you haven't used that, it is very helpful. Field of view, let's see here. So that is one other thing we could talk about. So we can look, if we take our left button right here while we're under zoom, I believe, we can hit shift and then just click left and zoom in and out. And you see what's happening here on the far right hand corner. Our field of view went from, I think we were at 35 degrees, at least I think so. But we brought our field of view, I'm going to just zoom in here, to something different. So we can kind of see more of our drawing. You see how everything kind of gets a little bit more, I don't know, just further away. Our field of view right down here is 106.78 degrees. So it kind of makes things look a little fish-eyed. But if you're, doing something in a tight space, especially like rooftop, gardens where you can be in a pretty tight space up there, sometimes bringing your field of view out is going to be helpful to see everything that you want to create. So we'll just zoom back into 35 because it does stay like that when you leave it. So if we just kind of keep it right about there, that's about where I like it. And that just kind of shows things normally there. So that's really it for navigation. I can't think if there's anything else that we need to kind of cover. Yeah, under camera here, you can kind of look at some different navigation buttons. I mean, you do have the buttons here where you got, your home button where it shows you everything flat. You got like a bird's eye view. You've got a top-down view. You got the side views. So that's another way to do your navigation as well. And that works out pretty well. So yeah, and then camera, essentially the same thing. You've got all those same buttons over here. You got a walk and look around type of button, pan and orbit. Orbit is essentially just taking your middle, excuse me, we'll zoom in here. You're taking your middle mouse button, the scroll button, and you're just clicking it once, holding it, and then you can actually drag it and then move around your model. So don't want to get too far, too crazy into that, but essentially that's really all you do for navigation. So I'll end the video here.